Morning, everyone. Sorry we had some technical difficulties. It's Monday morning. It's a perfect day for that. Let me get on here and get the link to Sally. Maybe that's not it. Give me just a minute. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me get on there and get the link. And let's see. And then let me get the link for the group. Okay, so that's done. Okay. I hope I sound better, everyone. Sorry, I kind of sounded crappy the other day, or a few minutes ago. I hate that when that happens, and I don't know why it does happen, but.
How we doing?
Oh, we're having technical difficulties this morning.
Ruh-roh.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound fine to me. Do I sound all right?
Yeah. I sounded like a robot, they said, so I had to go back and fix my voice. So a little bit of some feedback.
That happens.
So, yeah, it's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound to happen. It's just the way it goes.
Trying to find your YouTube.
So, I got my packages sent.
Oh, that's good. Your printer finally worked right.
Well, it actually wasn't the printer. It was because I do the bulk shipping. And so it was actually a mistake on the address label.
Oh.
So I had to go back in because it doesn't let me know. It just doesn't process it. What I should have done is I should have went in and did another label on something else, and that would have. But it didn't work that way. So.
Yeah. Good morning, Eric.
Morning.
Morning, Eric.
How's everybody's weekend?
Good.
All right.
Good.
My sales weren't like spectacular or anything, but I got a couple.
Mine were pretty good.
Your sales picked up, Eric?
Oh yeah. Yeah, big difference over Friday, Saturday, Sunday over Monday through Thursday. It was pretty awful.
Yeah. Did you do anything different?
I started listing again, even though I was trying to take the time off, so that has a big difference. But I listed Hawaiian shirts. That's all I listed.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had that many. So I put up 33 Hawaiian shirts.
Ooh.
And I've sold 4 or 5 of them. So I mean, obviously they're decent, but I did go in on Saturday and I put my store back on sale. It's usually running a sale, but I also I had forgotten that my promoted listings had ended.
Oh.
And then I put my promotion on, and I immediately got a sale off my promoted listing. So that was nice. It's something I've had quantity of it sitting there and haven't had a sale on it since December, and all of a sudden, bam, get a sale. So I'm hoping that's going to kick the other. They got like 3 of them left, and they're $20 a piece. So
yeah, that's great.
But so yeah, so I ended up with I got to ship out 11. I'm waiting payment on 1, so not too terrible.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I think I had 10 this morning.
Yeah, I did about 350 maybe for the weekend.
That's
Friday,
good.
Saturday, Sunday. So
It's really good.
That's really
Yeah, it was nice because the week before that it was. Let's see, let me go.
crap.
Monday was good. 132. Yeah, from Monday through Thursday, I only did $190. So 4 days
Yeah.
I did 190, and 3 days I did 325.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Considering one of those days I did the 190 part, I did one day I did 125. So I had 3 days of doing $60. So
I missed you.
Morning, Mr. Bud.
yeah.
Good morning.
Uh-oh.
So you
Good
usually burn to
morning,
a crisp.
Dusty.
Butthole.
It's Monday.
Oh. I'm awake.
You got a
I'm
hangover?
awake. I'm awake. Yeah, I had a really
Oh.
funky, weird, night.
Hmm.
Fell asleep really early because I was worn out. We got home from the lake, and I just crashed on the bed at 6 o'clock in the evening, and then slept till 1 a.m. And then woke up at 1 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep
Oh no.
until 2 hours ago. So I don't know how my whole sleep system's gonna be all jacked up.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually got 2 hours of sleep yesterday morning after I got off work. Then we got up and went to dinner at my sister-in-law's, and so we got back, 5, 6, but I stayed up until 2 and then went to bed until 6. So I got 4 hours of sleep this morning. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's good for me.
Weird schedule, anyhow. I don't know how you.
Yeah, that's just me. Anybody else wouldn't be okay with that.
Man, working nights.
No, and me. I don't know. Maybe last night was just one of those nights where you couldn't sleep because I took my pills, but I didn't take my sleeping pill. And then I laid there and tossed and turned and got up, stayed up till 2, and then went back to sleep. So I have to start taking that sleeping pill again.
Yeah, take it early.
Well, I thought I had put an alarm on my phone, but it went off at 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh no. Not 8 o'clock at night.
So I need to fix that.
I have to agree.
But yeah, I think that'll help if I take a little bit earlier. Wow, Robin, you get some sleep. Since you got no sleep at all, maybe 45 minutes.
I'm gonna go back to bed now.
Can't do that.
Did you already get all your shipping done?
Are you serious? No, I played hooky all freaking weekend. I am not gonna lie.
My wife's all weekend.
Huh?
You didn't play hooky all weekend. You had.
I swung in when I saw sales on the way there or whatever. But no, my wife's uncle has this place on the lake. At a campground, a camper kind of setup thing, and he's had it for a year now. Thank you. He's had it for a year now, and it's hot.
Did you want it cold, sweetie?
He put ice cubes in it for me. She's amazing. I have ice cubes right now. So anyhow, he's had it for a year, and he's like, "I'm up. You should come up. You should come." Blah blah blah. And it's never really an invitation. So So Gabe, our son, went up there to help him with some stuff on it and spent the night or whatever. And then I had to go pick Gabe up. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go check the place out. And I get there and it's like really, really, really nice. Really nice campground, really nice like setup around it and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, well, man, I thought maybe you'd stay. I got food and stuff. And I'm like, well, no, actually, I get there and he's like, you want beer? And I'm like, so needless to say, fast forward that whole story. We ended up going back up there yesterday for Easter and just kind of sat, and we didn't get out on the lake. He didn't put his boat in the water, but it was just nice just to sit near water. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Fun.
Kind of makes you miss that, that setup that you had your lake.
It actually does. Tristan was talking about, she's like, I miss it bad.
Well, it gives you that getaway,
Yup.
So
What's that noise?
Sally squirrels.
Um,
It's the fan in your computer.
is that? Sometimes I move my cords around or something and it goes away.
Probably like a vent under her desk or something really easy. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that was there.
Well, there is a vent underneath my desk, but it's not on. The heater's not on. So there's no reason for it to be doing that.
I put the crappie in the freezer.
What?
And that's the crappie Dad brought.
Yeah.
In the freezer.
Oh, was it?
Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Good stuff.
do some shout out to Blackberry Thistle Tea, Mr. Sadie.
Did you ever find whoever it was that was like totally missing?
Chicken fried steak.
Yeah, I messaged her Friday, I think it was. I messaged her on her YouTube because that's the only place I could find her.
Mm-hmm.
But I never received anything back, so I don't know. Hope she's okay.
We don't have to ship today. Today's a postal holiday.
No.
Says
I don't
Jim.
know where I don't know where you got that.
Says Jim Bennett.
Oh.
Got Beth C, Robin, Megan Carl, Anissa Green,
Jean Norris.
Jane Norris.
She found out she has ADHD and OCD.
Wow.
Most of us do.
Yeah,
What?
I think that's true.
What? Squirrel. I don't have it.
Tristan,
Whatever.
comfortable life. Howdy, howdy. Nikki, I sent you another thing. I don't know if it's working this morning or not.
Is there something confusing about a listing? Somebody goes, this on eBay, this listing is confusing. Am I buying one or two bearings? I need both bearings in the picture. Thank you. Okay, the title, lot of two, blah, blah, blah. And then you go down to the description where I repaste it. Lot of two, blah, blah, blah. First word of the description. Set of two in great use working condition. Like, and there's two in the picture. Like, I just don't know how more specific I could be.
Sounds pretty self-explanatory. I mean,
do you think it's confusing to use lot of? Is that, I mean, that's
no,
pretty much
I use that
something.
all the time.
But like even people that weren't used to eBay terminology would know what a lot was, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you're saying more than one.
Well,
Yeah.
I've used that term forever. I've just never had anybody really confused by it. So. Oh man, that's a lot of shipping.
Oh, you didn't shout out Silver Hair Stacker? Shame on you, Valerie.
I'm sorry. Silver hair stacker. How are you?
Silver hair slacker.
He's not a
I
slacker.
know, but it's easier to say. It's a mouthful saying it the other way. Mr.
Good
Sadie.
morning,
guys.
Tristan.
What?
Craig Murray, did you get your vehicle towed and taken care of? He had a post in the group yesterday that he had, or I don't know if it was in the group, but he had broke down or something. Something happened to his vehicle.
Yeah.
Sadie.
I didn't.
Oh wow. Towed, yes. Not taken care of. Overheated on me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I hate those old darn cars. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the show. I haven't seen your name here before.
Jason Hopper.
Dusty overheats all the time.
Mhm.
That's funny. So did you get all the numbers calculated and everything, Valerie, to see how we did on the
No,
no, okay. And that's going until when? Today?
that's actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
It ends tomorrow.
Good. I still have some time.
And I don't remember. It's horrible to say, but I don't remember. I think I said 5,000, but
You did.
okay, that's a
I
lot.
have to do 5,000 by tomorrow.
Yeah. Better get busy. Start doing your multiple quantities.
Yeah, oh shit. Do multiple something, because
Where's Craig's post about breaking down? I don't even see that. I think y'all are making that up.
Oh, the Comfortable Life. So there's a Samsung 8 Plus coming out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, it's just a.
Oh, it's just a
Oh, I see the
regular,
post now. Yeah, I'm looking at this personal.
regular old Facebook post.
Yeah. I just wanted to go read it. I want to make sure because I know he comes up this direction sometime. Make sure sometimes and make sure it wasn't broken down up this way and I totally missed something.
Yeah.
Not that I could have come to anybody's rescue anyhow because I was asleep. But I would have.
well, how good you were.
But I pretty much that friend you don't want to depend on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Dang it.
I need to go through and get all the numbers.
Yeah, I don't even think I posted anything in the group because I'm naughty like that. But I'll have to go through and see.
I just posted my numbers.
Nikki, I just sent you
Dang it.
those are some pretty impressive numbers. Here's
Like-
mine.
Oh yeah, well there's mine.
I was about to post the exact same numbers.
Oh yeah, well, there's mine.
Israel.
You've been busy.
Alright.
So
BR549. Yep.
I'm with Eric. Eric and I will just be on the same team. I didn't. Last week was just. I don't know what last week was, but I didn't list much of anything. Not gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
How did you have 33 Hawaiian shirts?
Oh, I have. That's part of my back stock. That's not even my Hawaiian dresses.
Was that out of? Oh, I was gonna ask if that was your personal wardrobe, but I guess now we're getting to the dresses.
No. I collected Hawaiian shirts for a while, so I would buy them, and they were all made in Hawaii. They're all vintage, so they're all decent. I mean, they're not great dollars. I mean, most of them average $20 to $25, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had that many. I thought I only had like 12 or 15, and ended up I found another tote that had another 15, 18 of them in there, something like that. I really wouldn't. I really wasn't feeling it, so I decided, what, I need to get them up. It's summertime. It's time to list that stuff. And
our sales last week sucked because everybody's on vacation and eBay turned my door blue, and nobody's buying anything because they're having to buy get out of school in the year clothes, graduation clothes, and eBay's dead. I just didn't.
Wow, that's a lot of excuses.
They're all BS. You know what? I just didn't have stuff that people wanted that was relevant at a price they wanted.
That's me too.
And I didn't pump my eBay store by actively listing, and a lot of my sales listings got stagnant. And like Eric said, I went in like halfway through the week into my promotions and promoted listings. I'm like, oh crap. Like I had a lot of days that I sat with no store sales on. I mean, I have nobody to blame but myself.
Yeah.
And then the one day that I do list a few items, which was yesterday before we left to go back to the lake, and I end up having seriously, my graph goes like this all week. It goes yes, yesterday. Seriously. And it's and it's like, wow, I listed some stuff that was relevant and put my sales back on before I walked out the door. And wow, look what happens, So.
Well, at least you had that spike at the end.
That's my theory.
Some people didn't even get that. So that's a good thing.
So Mary O has a question. She says, when you run a sale, what is the percentage off you all use? Right now I have it after Easter sale, 40% off.
Wow, 40 is pretty high.
40 is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, it depends on what I feel like. For me, I'm at least 11, and I'm as high as like 21. So somewhere in there, but I won't do a 10 or a 15 or a 20. I'll always go at least 1 or 2% over or under those numbers. So, because I always like to be a little bit odd. I want to be a little bit weird with the number. I mean, I'll do a 16% or a 17% off sale or a 13% off sale.
I'm 20, 25, or 30 maybe. But even if the higher I go, the more I get a little picky on what items I don't include in it. Like I'll go in and say, okay, don't include everything under $9.99 free shipping, because I'm just not going to run that crap on sale that deeply.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically what I do. To consistent sales, one for $15.99 and under, I do 10, 15, 20%, and then over $15, I do usually 20, 25, sometimes 30%. And then besides that, all the promoted listings and all of that I can do.
Yeah.
I can't get this thing to turn. This clock face that I'm messing with, I'm almost about to drop. I can't get the dial to
Hold it up.
It doesn't look like.
We don't know what you're dealing with. You have to show it to us.
Like I'm trying to push that or turn that.
Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. All right, show us the face of it. What are you trying to?
Okay, so I just I just put a new battery in it, and I'm trying to turn it, and it's kind of loose.
We've cross-threaded it. Is the whole back screw off?
It just pops off.
Okay.
What is it you can't get to happen?
No, it's like the thing won't turn, the wind thing to set the time.
The stem.
Yeah.
Take the back off.
Did you pull it out or push it in?
Mm-mm.
So there might be a special way that back has to go on, that there's a little groove or something that the stem has to sit in.
Oh, duh. I got it now.
Was I right?
Yep. I forgot to put a piece back on.
Oh, that always
That
helps.
would do it.
Oh,
Why
duh.
isn't this working? 'Cause I didn't put it
Typically,
on
when you're
right.
working on something and you look at it and you have a leftover piece, it's kind of
Like, yep, that's why.
Well, I'm glad we could help.
your brakes, and you look at it. And what is this for?
Thank you guys for making me feel retarded for the morning.
I think the thing with sales, though, there's kind of two ways to look at it. I mean, I love doing sales. I constantly keep running sales on my stuff. But if you're doing a really, really, really aggressive sale, and then and you're doing it for a couple days and you're still not seeing a ton of sales out of it, then I think,
I don't think, my personal thought is if you're doing a 30, 40, or 50% off sale and you're not seeing anything out of it, it's people think you either raised your price to have a sale, or you were so overpriced to begin with, it just didn't make a difference when you put it on sale.
or it's just not stuff that people want right then necessarily.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good, I mean, that doesn't mean that, hey, I ran all weekend, ran a 50% off and nothing sold. That doesn't mean, I mean, that's not a long enough of a test period really to say, okay, all your inventory isn't relevant. But I think it can be a good indicator of, like, you know, at some point, saying, okay, some of this stuff needs to be like delisted or marked down really cheap, or I should never sell stuff like that again, or whatever.
We've all got that pile of stuff that hasn't moved in forever, and it's just sitting there, and you're like, I really need to delist that. But it's so hard to take something off of eBay once you already have it on there.
Right.
And that's my biggest issue, is I really need to go through it, and
because you've already done all the work. No, I agree.
yeah, because I mean, it's there, it's packed away, it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere waiting for somebody to come along and say I need it. But usually when I make that decision is when I need the space.
Yeah.
And I say, gee, that box, I got a box of curtain rod ends that are wood that's huge. I haven't sold a single one since I bought it. I got a box of jet airplane parts that nobody seems to want. I mean,
I'm still having trouble moving these dials.
Megan said mine sales finally spiked yesterday afternoon and evening. Picture people who had finally had it with their family and started staring at their phone.
Sorry, guys.
That's right.
I mean, there is some validity to that. The people have spent all day with their family, they just want to get home and relax. You know, I don't really look at my family that way, but I enjoy my time with my family. I don't do it very often.
Yeah, if it's parts of our, no, I totally agree. That was funny what she said, but we're just kind of like, if there's parts of the family you don't like, then don't go do stuff with them. Which is not, just for the record, not that any of them are watching, why we didn't do anything on my side of the family yesterday. Someone drive 110 miles to go to my brother's house out in the middle of freaking nowhere and sit there for 3 or 4 hours and then have to turn around and drive back and down country roads to back to the interstate in the dark. And like, no, this
Yeah.
thing up with Tristan's uncle, and he's like, I got food up here, and I got sausage and hamburger meat, and like, just stop and get a bag of Sharpies. I'm like, wait a minute, no, I got charcoal, and he's like, just bring whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, this will work. Just satin chairs, patio chairs, big comfortable patio chairs under an umbrella, and stared at it was just fun. I don't know. It wasn't anything fancy. Just fun.
That was us too. We just had lasagna, hung out, and played Family Feud. Just it's a card game, but just answer questions, and we played teams, adults against the kids, and it was kind of fun, But that's we're pretty simple like that,
Did you get to be Steve Harvey?
No, my sister-in-law was Steve Harvey. She makes a better Steve Harvey than I do. I like to play. I would probably be one to ask the question and then shout out the answer.
Somebody's ultra competitive then.
Yeah. Totally defeats the purpose of having a host.
Comfortable life. Nikki said she cooked up for over 20 people. Screw that. I mean, I would be okay. Well, she said it was a ham and a turkey. I get that, but I would make them bring all the rest of the sides. I'd be like, nope, I'll do the meat, but you can bring the rest of it.
Yeah, that's basically how we did. My sister-in-law did the lasagnas, and then somebody brought salads, and then we brought breadsticks, and just that's how we usually do things. Kind of just
Yep.
I think that's probably what my brother and the rest of the family did yesterday. I don't know. We didn't go to that, but that's typically what they do. And it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind have seen my parents because they're getting older. But, the rest of the brothers and sisters and all that, I mean, no, I see you often enough. That's whatever.
Yeah.
It's just hard when and that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but 100 mile or an hour and 15 minutes. It's about 115 miles. I mean, that's to drive down there, drive back, do all that in one day. And then it becomes, and I know a lot of people drive a lot farther than that, and that's probably nothing, but Eric can tell you, to me, that's a big deal. I mean, then you turn it into what should be an enjoyable day into it being halfway worn out from driving and driving. I don't drive good anyhow.
That's the way it's been for me for years. I've always lived like 70 to 80 miles away from the family, and when most of them are 5 minutes away, so I drive. So every time I drove, I was the first one there because they give me a start time and I show up and I'm on time and everybody else is late. I'm always the last one to leave because if I'm making that drive, I'm going to get maximize the amount of time I spend there. And it's like, this is kind of crazy. I'm the one that's going to drive the farthest. I'm always leaving last or getting there first. And so I made a conscious decision a few years ago that I don't drive for stuff like that anymore. I'll drive if I'm local. I'll drive. Otherwise, if I'm going to come down for Christmas, I might come down for Christmas. But yeah, usually don't. I'll come down 3 or 4 days later. I really don't. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm at that age where people should be driving to see my ass. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and the part that's great, I mean, we've offered like, hey, everybody come up here, and it's like, why do we all want to go? So, well, why do we have to drive there every time? And so it's like, you know what? We'll just see you on Christmas.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
Wow.
Craig worried about a possible return.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's the only negative you have when you have something that you really don't have the ability to test. You just kind of trusting the fact that they were good. But wait for that feedback, wait for that 30-day period to pass, and that's all you can really do. Don't spend the money.
Yeah, that's rough.
I think I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, depends on who you sold them to. It's normally when I've sold phones in the past, I've gotten lucky. It's been somebody that you can kind of get some kind of indication they're a phone company or a phone installer or whatever. I mean, the worst that probably would happen is you might have, like if there was 30 phones. I mean, this is what usually happens to me. I'll get like, hey, one of these didn't work. You mind doing a little partial refund? Okay, no big deal. You know, thanks. Do you have any more of these? Would love to do business with you again in the future. And that's usually the end of it.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll do
it's
a company
you
and
can't obsess over refunds, but you gotta, I mean, be conscious of that fact. When you have a big sale like that, it's always best to
I think you'll
just
be
slide
all right.
the money over to the side, just not touch it. But you know, that's all you can really do with it. I mean, you know, if I get a $100 or $200 sale, I don't worry about a refund on that. I've got that much money in PayPal all the time. But
That's a pretty big one. But I don't, you know, I think unless, I mean, the only negative side would be like, hey, they ordered all of them and then realized it wasn't the type of phone they needed or something. But as far as them working and all that kind of stuff, I think it'd probably be fine.
yeah, I mean, you test them as best you can. That's all you can really do.
But even with not, and I'm going to be honest, even with not testing, usually with phone systems, especially if they're
PBX system.
on a VoIP network or something like that, there's only so much you can do to, like, you can usually get a good indicator, like, and I can't remember where Craig bought those, if they're the ones he showed a picture of, but you can get an indicator of somebody upgraded their system. Like, that many phones don't go bad at one time, typically, you know, and there's a reason that all of those were found in an estate sale or a yard sale or a thrift store or an ad on Craigslist. Somebody's upgraded the system usually. So usually you have, usually 99% of them will work because people don't sit around with phones on their desk that aren't working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got some IT guys walking around. He picks up the old phone, slaps the new phone down, and puts it in the box. I mean, that's that's how that stuff type of things work. They don't even worry about it because, like I said, they're changing out an entire system. So, and he got it at an auction, so that makes more sense than anything right there. So I wouldn't worry about it. But okay, like I said, if you're concerned, you put the money aside and don't worry about it. I mean, pretend like they hadn't sold yet, and then 30 days of feedback, and then you're good to go.
Well, and even if you already pulled the money out of PayPal, that's no big deal. If you gave a refund, it would just do a refund as an e-check, and then it would go to your backup funding.
Yeah.
Which if you have a really pain in the butt buyer, I'm not saying on these phones, but like one of those is just really difficult. I'm not saying I would do it, but it's really funny to suck all the money out of your PayPal, and then, like, let's say you had a really bad buyer and they returned something, they were hateful about it, suck all the money out of your PayPal, and then go, oh, okay, let me issue your refund, knowing you don't have anything in there, and they'll do it as an e-check, and it'll take them about 3 days to get the refund. But you've gone through the step with eBay of actually issuing a refund. That's like worst case scenario, like some of it's really bad.
Yeah.
That would never work out for me.
No. Comfortable Life asked us, Dusty and Eric, and I guess it works for everybody, is in y'all's neck of the woods, do you have to join a service for storage auctions? And I do have storagetreasures.com is in my area, but they don't control all the auctions. They have contracts with several companies, so I can go there. Those are my online ones. But if I look into Auction Zip, every day there's auctions at different facilities that I can just personally go there and stand there and watch them cut the lock off and do the whole 9-yard thing. But and then Public Storage, the big orange signed public storage company, they post theirs in the newspaper. They don't post them online. So you have to look in your newspaper to find that one. And then some of my local online companies will do it as well.
Auction Zip.
Yeah, Auction Zip's the best way. You'll find them that way. And then there's Storage Treasures and Storage Hunters, I think is the other one. That's the one down in your neighborhood, right, Dusty? You have Storage Hunters or something. I don't know. It don't matter. I mean,
yeah, there's another one that I found on accident that I don't think a lot of people know. It's like Storage Hunters. It's not as widely.
No, they're nowhere near nationwide or anything like that.
Thanks, Eric.
Oh yeah, because you have to bought one storage unit in the last 6 months, let's say. Yeah, you're shopping those hard, aren't you?
And what's really sad is there was an old man there talking to, and when I say old, like, you know, late 70s that had bought the other unit. And he's like, yeah, I looked at it online. I'm like, how the hell did he find out? Not that somebody that's in their late 70s can't be internet savvy, but I'm like, how the hell did he find that?
Dang it!
Yeah, Zoka, you're not going to find any Amazon stuff in the storage room. That's all I'm telling you. So.
Oh.
I mean, buying storage units is a different world, though. I mean, that's a crazy world, and you got to have outlets for the junk.
Well, if I was going to do that, just primarily as my only, you know, thing, you'd have to flip fast. You know, I'm still sitting now 3 weeks later, and I really haven't even got to about half of that stuff in that storage unit. You know, well, no, I haven't even got to like 1/10 of it actually. But sorry, I'm trying to do two things at one time.
Yeah, you've probably listed 20 items out of there, maybe.
I've listed about 3 totes full of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and we're talking smalls, and you've already got your money back pretty much on the unit.
Right. But, you know, if you were going to do that for a living, I mean, you'd either have to only buy one a month, or you'd have to have a way to flip the big stuff. The nice thing about that unit is it didn't have any furniture in it, except for like one piece, which is unusual. And I think if you were going to do units in general, you just have to be prepared to like really hustle or have a store. In the past, we always had a store.
Yeah, Craig says he sent him a message to make sure everything went well. He said he did talk to her after the initial purchase and may call and see if I can get in touch with her. I personally would avoid that.
I think you're going to open.
Contact is better than no contact. So.
Yeah.
You're almost asking. It's almost projecting that you're anticipating an issue. Yeah, and maybe they bought them and they're going to install them 6 months from now, but now they're going to start to think about why you're reminding them. Is everything okay? Maybe we should check those. You know, I would just leave it alone.
I'm never like initiate contact with a buyer. The less contact, the less contact, the better. If they have a problem, they're going to find you.
Yeah, and Jean Norris, since she had a few auction houses here, but the reviews aren't good, and I saw that Val answered, you know, she doesn't listen to others and go make her own decisions. You definitely, on an auction house, you can't look at reviews because the stuff changes constantly, so you have no idea what they're really selling. The only review you might go is, you know, they lied to me about how much, you know, when the buyer's premium or something like that, I'd be concerned about that. But, you know, internet reviews are what they are.
Yeah, I kind of look at that like a movie, you know. A lot of people say, you know, I mean, everybody's perception of a movie is different. You know, some people like it, some people hate it. But I don't listen to those.
Don't ask Eric about movie reviews because he hates every movie ever.
I do not hate every movie ever. I love certain movies. I just hate movies that Dusty thinks is good.
They have such different taste in movies.
Dusty's too busy with the rom-coms, and I like more action, adventure, and sci-fi stuff, you know.
Gene's saying whatever. Gene's saying do most of them have preview times? I haven't found one that had times for preview only.
If we're talking about an auction, not a storage auction, but a regular auction, there's almost always a preview time. Sometimes that time is an hour before the auction starts. Okay, so you have to look at their descriptions and everything. If it's storage auctions, there usually isn't a preview time.
Yeah.
Yeah, storage unit's not going to have a preview because they're going to cut the bolt. If they're doing them online, they're going to cut that lock, open it up, throw a couple pictures online, put it back down, put their lock on it, and they're not going to mess with 50 gazillion people coming and open that unit back up and everything else.
Yeah, I think she's talking about online storage auctions. I mean, in online auctions in general as well, you don't get a preview, most of them. But there's good and the bad with that. The good is you don't get a preview. So if you know your stuff and you can identify it in the pictures, you can make money on it usually.
Right.
You don't, people aren't getting a big chance to actually look that stuff up if they don't know what they're looking at. The pictures suck. You can't read model numbers, things like that, but you can figure it out. You can actually do very well with things like that. The bad is you're also buying it because you have no idea where, like, what the condition it's in and whether it's broken, chipped, things like that. You're just kind of, I don't know what I'm going to get. So you have to adjust your prices accordingly for that. I buy from a lot of online auctions, and I get really good deals because people aren't willing to risk a lot of money on something they can't touch. So it makes a big difference in the price. The stuff I buy, if it was in a live auction, I'd have to pay considerably more for.
I think it's just, you know, like Jean said, out of my comfort zone, we'll stick to the live auction. It's not, she said they are online, not storage. It's just,
I think we've done very well with online auctions. I mean, I know you and I both have.
but I don't think you should let, and it depends on what she's specifically looking at. I mean, like what kind of items. There's actually an advantage to an online auction versus a live auction. You've got, if their pictures are decent enough, you can kind of figure out what you have. You have all the time in the world. Sometimes, I mean, we have some here that will run them for 21 days. That gives you 21 days to sit and look the crap up and figure out what it's worth and do a ton of research. So that can be a positive. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any auction company, or very few in the United States, that actually take decent pictures when they put the crap online. So it's kind of, that can, like Eric said, we do pretty good with it. That can work dual fold. Like if I recognize something, or I see a little corner of something in a really blurry picture that they've stuck something online, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you can kind of make out, and we've done that before, like, hey, Eric, go look at this. You can kind of make out those letters. And then we can figure out what it is. And wow, it turns out it's something really, really rare. Most of the other potential buyers out there that are looking at that aren't going to catch that one little detail that we caught. You know what I mean? You have a better chance of other people not catching that minute little detail because of the crappy pictures.
That's one of the reasons why we kind of have hangouts almost every day, is because we're all looking at these type of auctions, and then we're getting a second and a third opinion on them. You know, I mean, it does make a huge difference when you're sitting there looking at something going, man, I can't tell if that's worth or not. And then someone go, oh, hey, did you see that in the back corner though over there? I'm like, no, I was looking at this. I didn't even bother looking back there. Oh, I've sold that before. This is what it is. This is how much it's worth. It's a huge, huge difference. So if you have somebody else that can help you look at stuff like that, it's really good. And especially if they have a reselling background, or they have an eye for different things. Like Dusty sells things differently than I do, and I sell things different than Jason does, and different than Jim does, and all that type of stuff. So I mean, it's big when you can do something like that. It can really help you make better money. I mean, partnering up with somebody who's not your competition, but just giving you advice is really kind of cool.
It has a second set of eyes. Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah, a lot of things start at $1. I mean, that's pretty standard. But then it goes crazy on the last hour or so before the auction starts. So, you know, you have to kind of just have fun with it. But again, the nice thing is you also can set your price. You're not going to get crazy with you have an idea what it's worth, so you have an idea what you can spend on it. And just, there's my max. I'm going to spend that much, and that's it. I mean, I'm involved with an online auction right now that I put a max bid on, and I'm winning it. It hasn't moved in 5 days, and it's still got a couple more to run, but I'm almost hoping I get outbid because of the quantity.
Mr. Sadie's saying, back to the thing about too much communication or not enough communication with your buyer. He's saying, I just let the buyer know when they buy it, it will be insured, and please confirm when it gets there, and all is good. After that, I leave it alone. Do y'all let your buyers know if you insure an item? I normally do. Opens communication for me. I also let my customer know if I request a signature only. I might on signature only, or if it's a higher dollar item, but normally, you know, eBay is going to shoot them an email and let them know their item's been shipped. It's going to show up in their My eBay.
And every one of my packages is insured. It could be self-insured by me or insured by the post office or something else. So insurance is not for the customer. The insurance is for me. I'll take care of my customer if something goes wrong, and then I'll deal with the insurance side of it.
Well, you're going to have to one way or the other, whether you.
Yeah, that's what but there was I mean, for many years it was if your customer didn't buy insurance and something happened, that oh, you're screwed. You should have paid for insurance. It doesn't work that way. I had a customer recently. They wanted to buy something from me. They were concerned because it was breakable, and they're like, "Are you going to get insurance on it? What happens if it gets here and it's broken?" And my response was, "If something happens, let me know. I'll take care of you. I'll handle everything else." And they bought it. It got there perfect, no problem. But 90% of the time, I send it off, and if something goes wrong, I take care of my customer. I usually just refund it right away. And then if I had insurance on it, I'll claim the insurance on it.
I never make my customer wait for their money.
Yeah.
Either.
How long do you watch an item before you place your first bid? It depends on the auction software that you're dealing with. When you're talking about online auctions, if I have the ability to watch an item, as like put it on a watch list, I'll do that. But most of my online auctions around here don't have that software, so they have the older stuff. And so I'll put a lot of dollar bids on things that I want to buy, but I don't. That way I can go through the whole auction. I know exactly what I want to bid on. I put $1 on every one, and now it's in my bidding list. So if I go back to it the night of the auction and I just hit review my bids, I can actually see what things are going for. And if I want it for $1, all right. Now there's a danger to that, and the danger is you win one item for $1 and have to make a trip. So you have to be willing to do that. And I drove 3 hours one time to pick up a $1 item. That's
Oh my
the
God.
danger. It turned out really good because I actually bought a few more things from the guy while I was there. But yeah, it was, that's the deal.
Why?
So you kind of have to just learn to deal with that. I mean, you have to go with, is it worth going there for $1? But and the other thing is, the biggest strategy that I use is when I'm in an online auction, is if I win one item, I'm going to shop that whole auction again. I want to see if there's any other bargains in there that I can pick up. I'm making the trip.
Drive there.
Yeah, I'm making the trip. I'm going to maximize my trip dollars now. So if I win something for $1, oh, I'm buying more things. I don't even care. I'm going to buy more things. I got to make it worth my while to make that trip.
I'm a sleeper.
I did that one time, and I just told them, I said, here, I'll pay over the phone. You guys throw it in somebody else's lot and sell it. Again, I'm not even driving that far for $1.
I won't bid on something unless I can think of making really good money on it. So if I bid, my dollars in my placeholding bids. But the good thing is one of my bigger auction companies actually went to a service where I can watch items, so it's probably saved me money.
Well, this item
local auctions around here, $3 to $5 is a starting bid.
This item was like a
Nick,
$20 item. Sorry about that. And
That's all right.
I had bid on it with a whole bunch of other stuff, and of course I got outbid on everything else because I wasn't paying attention, and that was the only thing I won. And it's like, well, I'm not going to drive that far for a $20 item.
Yeah. But that's usually what happens to me. That's where you have to go back and look. Because all my auctions end between 7 and 10 o'clock at night. And if I'm busy, if I'm doing something, if we're doing a show or something, I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
And I get that email, about 1 o'clock in the morning going, hey, you won this item. And I'm like, well, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot that was going on. Or I actually let a lot more stuff go that I should have bought that went for cheap, but I forget about it. But
And that's one reason why I hate online auctions.
the good thing is one of my auction companies, actually, I get an email when they have an auction ending that night. So I get that second reminder.
I forget about them.
But yeah, but there's so many. It's every night I can. There's probably 7 or 8 decent online auctions closing every single night. So it's a buyer's market. I can buy all day long if I want.
Me too.
I'm a sleeper as far as when I place a bid on an online auction. I will usually wait till the last hour or a few minutes or whatever. I don't like to wait till the last few minutes on a site that I'm not familiar with, because I've done that before. And then all of a sudden it's like, you need to register your credit card and do this. And I'm like, crap. And I'm waiting till like the last 60 seconds. I got to try to get all that done real quick. So, but if it's, I'll wait kind of till the last minute. And my reasoning is this. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not wait till the last minute on like that storage unit? Why not wait till the last minute versus me going in 4 days ahead of time, letting somebody else know that there's interest, which they might go back and then start looking at pictures again and going, wow, somebody else maybe sees something I have. Why not just be a total sleeper and jump in at the last minute? Plus, you got a good chance that, especially with a lot of mine, that one ended in the middle of the day. You got a good chance that person's not near a computer and they won't realize they got outbid. And if they haven't set a proxy bid high enough, you may blow them out of the water and they're not near a computer and they may come back to their computer thinking, man, nobody bid on that thing for 5 days. I've got it won, only to find out I sniped them at the last minute.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
I think there's no disadvantage that I can possibly think of waiting until the last minute, but there would be advantages of it.
Yeah.
I like to do that at live auctions too, just to piss people off. I know do it a lot if I'm interested in stuff. You'll have two guys out there just duking it out. You know, they'll be 75, 80, 85, 90. You know, they'll be getting on up there. And all of a sudden they'll stall out at like 85, 85. Anybody got 90? And out from the back, I'll just raise my card like that. Just kind of get it started and piss them all off.
You'd be surprised how many times you win with that last bid, though.
Oh, because they're already worn out from the other guy.
Well, they're worn out. And there's a sense of relief when, oh, I got it, thank God, because I didn't want to spend any more money else. And somebody else bids, you're like, oh, hell, I'm not going to do this. And then they're done with it. Yeah, it's fun to do stuff like that. I mean, because it's a bid strategy. That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like the long run ones. Gene was talking about she's been watching one for 17 days. And yeah, most of mine run a week. And, you know, but I'm involved with one right now. It was a 10-day auction or a 12-day auction, something like that. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but the stuff's good, and it would make me a lot of money if I win it, which I doubt I will because I'm at my max bid already. I still got like 4 days left on it.
Yep.
But if I win that thing, it'll be interesting.
Oh, it's got my glasses stuck in my hair.
I have that happen all the time.
That's what happens when you don't comb your hair when you get up. You just throw it up and up.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting your glasses caught in your hair. It just
Yeah.
bothers me.
All right, Willow came back. I don't know what my dogs just went and chased, but you probably saw me yelling at them.
Nikki, your van's getting fuller and fuller.
Yeah, I cleaned it out and I went to an auction Saturday before my niece's birthday party. Well, I cleaned half of it out and then I filled up the other half.
So your niece's birthday party, that was the one you were hoping was going to get rained out.
Yeah, it didn't.
Did it get rained out? I didn't get rained out. I take it.
No, it sprinkled. But see, I have a big canopy, and I leave it at my nephew's house because he's the closest to everybody's in town. So if we do something in town, it's just easier that way to go grab it from his house. Anyways, because I live the farthest away, and then if I just need it out here, I just go get it. But anyways, so he had that up, so we didn't have to worry about rain. Like, dang it, I should have brought that home with me. Just kidding. We had a good time. I stayed at the auction. I missed the table items, but I was there for almost all the box lots. Because she moved the birthday party till 2. So I was there for quite a while. Got quite a bit of stuff, so it was all right.
That's good.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, I hate leaving auctions early, but because at the end is where you get the good deals. But
Beginning at the end.
yeah. But that's all right. I mean, it's not like I can't ever go to auctions. And then I was joking around. I teased them. I said, hey, when you guys plan birthday parties, don't you guys check out the auction websites? It's, you know, it's like me having to call in sick to work.
Morning, Larry. Morning, Queen City Picker.
You know, I've never been allergic to anything, but I've been sick so long, I think I'm getting allergies or something.
Maybe you need to go to like the doctor.
No. God, don't be silly.
Go to what?
I know my
What?
husband's yelling.
That day before.
My husband was yelling at me the other day. He's like, you know, you get one physical free a year. Why not? Like, I don't know. I just don't like my doctor. Come on. Come
Then
on.
find another one.
Had a reason
Yeah.
not to go.
They give you such crap when you're trying to get a different doctor. They're like, well, why don't you like this doctor? You know.
Tell him that you felt like he was touching you inappropriate.
No. That would be terrible. I would never ruin somebody's life like that.
Jane Norris says, I need a bigger postage scale. Any suggestions?
Bigger one or a heavier one? One that weighs heavier weights?
Only
Or you need a bigger platform?
say is shipping.
Yeah, the one that I have is an Accutech.
Yeah, me too.
10 pounds.
Mine looks like this, which I find kind of handy if that's like the display's over here, there, and then it's got the cord in between so you can move the platform wherever.
Yeah.
I have the same
I
thing.
have
Cords right here. And then mine will actually fold out if I want to do packages that can stand upright. Sometimes you gotta, for like envelopes and things like that, makes more sense. But
I
it'll
have
do up to 110 pounds. Mine will. So.
I forget what mine's called, but it was funny. I bought it last year at a rummage sale. And because I have like 3 scales, but this one I really liked it because it had this thing for envelopes that sat on top and another piece. Anyways, I grabbed this one, and just the other day I realized that the display slides off of it and will go sit somewhere else. I'm sitting there, I'm pushing the hold button all the time, trying to, you know, getting my finger on the hold button before I put that big box on there, and so that I can get ready to push it because I can't see the numbers. All this time since last summer, I'm struggling trying to find it, trying to see the display, and here the damn thing comes off.
What in the hell? I wish today was a postal holiday.
Me too.
I bought this one here after my daughter dumped a cup of coffee on my oven. Mine was like $30 on Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, I originally got mine when I started doing more Amazon because I needed a bigger scale for the, you know, for the larger packages. So, but it works for the smaller packages too. So, and I think mine was about, I want to say $20 or so. That's a good deal, Megan. She snagged a 70-pound Accutech for $2 on eBay.
Thanks.
And Dusty's Accutech is same as mine, so.
I think mine's an Accutech one too. I don't remember though.
I don't know my last one was. This one says AWS, and I can't remember what
That sounds
stands
familiar.
for. Accutech something probably. We sell Chinese scales or something. All Chinese anyhow. AWS Ship Elite. Where's my label?
soon as I went out the door to go take my packages, somebody paid for something else.
Nice.
Whoop, whoop.
I had a customer message me this morning because I've been throwing things up for 99-cent auctions, you know. And I had a customer message me this morning, ends today at like 10 o'clock or whatever. And they're like, "Do you mind this being sold for 99 cents, or would you rather keep it?" I said, "No, go ahead." And they're like, "Oh, okay, thank you. I just want to make sure before I bid on it."
Yes,
I
not
thought
mine
that was
for
nice.
99 cents, but I will sell it for 99 cents. That's different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to sell it for 99 cents, but it's okay. I told them, yeah, it's better than the 25 cents I get at the yard sale.
What is my scale called? Your orders. I ordered off Amazon. SCALE scale. American Way Scales is what it stands for. SE-50.
And yours does what, up to 50 pounds?
$28.99 Prime does up to, I guess, 50. That's why the model number is 50. And I don't know. What a horrible listing. Somebody's jacked this listing all up. Capacity. Wait a minute. No, it is. What the hell? What the hell? Of course, they put everything on the bottom of the scale because that's the best place. But capacity. Excuse me. The heck? 50 kilograms. I don't know if I get anything heavier than that. I honestly just use a bathroom scale that I keep on the floor to weigh myself anyhow. And it's one of those where when you get on the scale, it'll register the weight and show it for a few minutes. So you put your box on there. Bathroom scales aren't the most accurate in the world. So I usually just, but when you get up to when you're dealing with a 30, 35 pound box, if you add a pound, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't really affect your price.
I've got one of those bathroom scales that you stand on, and it's got the arm that pops all the way up, and you can read it right there. So if I'm shipping a 70 or 80 pound package, it's probably going to be in a big enough box that I have to put it on there anyway, because I keep mine on my desk, and it's not like I have room for a 70 pound box usually on my desk. So.
Right. Mine's 110 pound. Actually, it says it right in the title. Now that I just got to.
Yeah, that's what mine is, 110.
It's $28.99 Prime. When I caught it, or Warehouse Deals has it for $22.39. If you feel like rolling the dice on whether or not you get a good one. Some stuff I've ordered from Warehouse Deals was like brand new. Like my lighting kit was from Warehouse Deals. It was brand new when it got here. You can tell it never been used. This sucks, man. I'm making no progress on shipping. I'm sitting there.
How many did you have to send out?
28. And then I had somebody, I fell asleep, and Tristan comes and I kind of rolled over at like midnight, and she's like, "Your phone's been making all kinds of crazy noises." Somebody came to and made an offer on some of those little Geo coins on 12 of them.
Nice.
So yeah, what sucks though, and this is, I get, and I get it. Like not everybody's a reseller like we are, but it's a guy that already bought like 5 of them. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's $2.60 a piece I save on shipping. No problem. They can go out with the other ones he's already paid for. But this same person that's bought them from me will drag their feet and not pay for them for 2 days. Like, I get it. They're not resellers, so they don't understand, hey, I've got to get this order, out the door. If I'm going to take a little bit lower offer, I need you to pay so I can throw it in and save some on shipping. And that particular category, those buyers just totally, they take 3 or 4 days to pay for crap. But it's not a big deal. He or she already bought 4 more, so I'll send those out first class, and then when they pay for the other 12, I'll send those all out together. And hopefully,
Why don't you just combine them all then, if they don't pay for the whole thing?
Those are they've already paid for the 4. They haven't paid for the other 12 they bought.
Oh,
I'll be late on shipping on the ones that. You know what? I don't need those yet. I don't fall in my head. Because then I'll be late on shipping on the ones that have to go out today. If I sit around and wait for him to pay for the other ones.
yeah.
That's what sucks. But in that category, when I first originally listed those, I had a few people that would buy one here, and then they buy another one, and then they just drag their feet. They pay for this one, not pay for that one. And I finally just messaged a couple of them back and was like, just real nice. Said, listen, I can take these lower offers if they're all paid for, so I can ship them all together, and I'm required to ship within 1 business day. So, I can't take the offers if the payment thing is going to drag out. Normally, I wouldn't say anything, but it just kind of gotten to the point where I was just kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's either that or I'm going to quit taking offers.
Mm-hmm.
Because those turned out to be and the profit was there because people were buying multiples. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not awake yet.
I've been listing the last few days, and imagine that I've been getting sales.
Woo!
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah. It's amazing.
I just don't think you can blame, people talk about it just depends on what you're selling. People, not that Nikki, not by any means, but I'm going to go back to my rant thing because you reminded me of it. But, people will go, well, like, it's the holiday. People aren't buying. They're spending time with family, whatever. I sold some I listed some, I don't really want to say what they are yet because I'm doing a video on them. But I sold some NFL collectibles. And I listed them yesterday before we went back out the lake. It's like 11 a.m. Central Time. 11 a.m. Most people would be at church, would be out with family, whatever. And literally for the next 2 hours, my phone just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
I think holidays are one of the best times for sales, honestly, because people aren't at work.
Yeah.
People are with their family, but how people are with their family these days. They're always on their electronic devices.
That's what I was
Even
going
when
to
they're
say.
with their
Everybody's on their
family.
phone anyways.
Yeah, now with mobile, I don't think that stuff really matters anymore. I have most of my sales on holidays. Memorial Day, I always get good sale. Now I'm going to jinx myself. This Memorial Day, I'm not going to get squat. But usually Memorial Day weekend, I get tons of sales. Tons. And everybody's out doing picnics and barbecues and stuff. But I get tons of sales every Memorial Day. Like I said, except for this one because I just jinxed myself. But
No, you didn't.
Just make sure you list.
yeah.
So you can't blame it on that.
A week before that, yeah.
That's awesome, Tammy. I'm glad
But
you
it's-
made it.
But it's weird because you would think Memorial Day, out of all the holidays, you wouldn't get as many sales because, like I said, everybody's out barbecuing and stuff like that. And it's like it's like the kickoff to summer, So you'd think everybody would not be at home buying shit on eBay, but they do because they're on their mobile phones buying stuff on eBay.
And that's the thing too. It's not everybody goes and does things on the holidays.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, some people are just home. Yeah.
If we hadn't had an invitation, we probably ordinarily we wouldn't have gone anywhere yesterday.
Yeah.
It just happened that right place, right time. That's like not something normal we do. Like I said, my wife's uncle's had the lake place for almost a year. It'll be a year in July, and that's the first time I've been up there. First time anybody except the kids have been up there. So it's not, I mean, ordinarily we would have just been sitting at home yesterday.
No, not me. Every holiday,
Because we're
every
such
birthday,
fun people.
we're all together.
You sound so happy about that.
Oh, I love my family. I love being with my family.
That's good.
Yeah, we're all very close. It's nice. You know, me and my brother, we raised our kids together, you know, so all of my nephews and nieces, they're all just like brother, and my kids, they're all just like brothers and sisters.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And my nephews would do absolutely anything for me.
Nikki's like, I love my family. Will you get that gun off the back of my head now? There, I said it.
Yeah, I do. I love my family. But their girlfriends won't do shit. You know, like I made an 18-pound ham, a 12-pound turkey, I made potatoes, stuffing, gravy, yams, the whole 9 yards. They make things like cauliflower and what did the other one make? I don't remember. Anyways, it was something stupid.
That's your opportunity to jump in
It's
as
like-
the matriarch of the family and go, listen, you realize if you marry her, this is what you're going to look forward to for meals.
Yeah. And it's like, hello, you know, why aren't you over here helping me make shit or cleaning? Why don't you clean after? I had to clean everything up. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that'd be my rule. You can come and eat, but you're gonna help clean.
Mm-hmm. Well, normally that's what you do, you know. I never ever, and the thing is at my niece's birthday party the day before, I did not leave until everything was cleaned up. I helped clean up. And this is his new girlfriend. You know, he broke up with the other one, went out with this one, and I don't care for this one. But anyways,
I hope she's
they don't
I hope
watch
she's not
this.
listening.
They don't know about this. Anyways, that's why I don't tell my family about this. But I totally helped her clean up afterwards, and nothing yesterday. She didn't even lift a finger to do nothing. They didn't even offer. I was like, what the hell? But that's this generation. Where the hell were they raised? In caves?
On their
You know?
phones.
God. My mom always told me if you want to be invited back, do their dishes. So I was like,
Mhm.
well, what if I didn't like the dinner, so I don't have to do dishes? She's like, don't be funny. You were raised better than that. And people will sit there, oh, no, you don't have to do the dishes. And I always tell them, yes, I do. My mother told me if I want to get invited back, I always have to do the dishes. You know, and then we laugh.
At least offer.
Oh, exactly. You know, because there are some people who will not let you do the
Mhm.
dishes. Now, if you come over to my house, now this was at my dad's house, so it absolutely had to be cleaned up before I could leave. Now, if you come to my house, chances are I want to enjoy the festivities more than clean. So I'll say, no, just leave it. No big deal.
Yeah.
You know, but
Oh,
I have told these guys before that if it's at my house, yeah, no big deal because I can clean it at my leisure. But when you're at somebody else's house, you got to clean up right away, especially at my dad's house because my dad can't do it all himself, you know, or nor would I make him. And it's like I sacrificed and came to town with all my shit and cooked at my dad's house, which he never has anything. I got to bring everything. Because he's a bachelor. He doesn't have all that stuff, you know. And I did all this for you guys. Why can't you just look at, and you don't even have to wash the dishes by hand. There's a dishwasher. You know? It's like, geez. Dumb. Anyways, rant over. But people, teach your kids to help out. God. Have some manners.
Yeah. Take out the trash or
Well,
do
it
something.
just scares me because these are the future. These are the people that are going to be running our country and everything else, and it's scary as hell.
Mhm.
If we make it through this whole North Korea thing.
Yeah.
Another rant I won't go into. But yeah.
My kids are at that age. They're boys, and they're at the age to where they don't want to go. They don't want to go hang out with family.
Oh,
You know, they just, you know, would rather stay home and play video games or sleep or do their own thing. And I'm like, you know, I've been trying to get them last couple of years. It's been, you know, like a struggle,
yeah.
you know, to get them to hang out with family. And it's like, they don't want to do it.
Well,
It's an option.
my nephew's girlfriends have tried this crap. Tried saying like Steam Show. Oh, well, we're gonna plan something else. No, Steam Show weekend. It's one time a year. They're there all weekend, and they're not gonna be sitting there and doing things for you. They're gonna be doing
Yeah.
stuff for the show. You know, this is our whole life. We've always done this. That's the way it is. And I tell them right out. You know, I'm very close to my nephews. They're like my kids. You know, and you're not gonna mess up family time. Now, I understand two families. You know, you have your they have their family, and we have our family. And I have even rescheduled holidays for like the day after or the next weekend so that they could spend time with their family and so that we could have time with our family. I am not above doing that. I'm willing to work with people, except for Christmas. I get Christmas. Other than that, everything else, it's all fine. I'll work with you, you know.
I'm still thinking you just need to take the reins as the matriarch of the family and like just make it like start screaming stuff like Mama Nikki will shank you and like just making you what you want.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I know. If it wasn't for me though, we probably wouldn't get together, I suppose, you know. But
make
I
everybody
told them
so scared of you that you don't even have to ask for them to do the dishes.
exactly. I told them, you know, pretty soon we're just gonna start going to the restaurant and everybody's gonna pay for their own.
Hell yeah.
But to me that's just so
Every family has a person that keeps the family together, and you're probably that person.
yeah, I am.
I know in our family, my mother was that person. You know, she would get all the aunts and uncles and cousins together and,
Yep.
you know, make it work.
Yeah.
We don't see people, you know.
Yeah. And
every town has a Chinese restaurant that's open on holidays.
yeah.
That's the other one too.
And another reason why I'm very close to my nephews is as we grew up together. My brother was 9 years older than me, and most of my nephews were born when I was still a kid, you know. So, like my first nephew came when I was like in 5th grade. I'm really close to him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tammy says, you know, she signs things to bring. That's a good way to go about it, you know. Just
I think I'm gonna start doing that.
I would.
I usually call my mother-in-law to, you know, find out if she needs me to bring anything or, you know,
Yeah.
that's what you do. I mean,
but then you always have that one family member that wants to like kind of be in control of everything that shouldn't be in control of everything.
Yeah. Oh, this one time, we were at the Steam Show, and my nephew's his ex-girlfriend, when she first came into the family, he's like, well, I told him, I said, well, we got to get this done and this done, whatever, and she said right in front of my daughter, why do you listen to her? She's just your aunt. And it's like, whoa, I am not just an auntie. Like, no, in our family, aunties are like second mothers. You know?
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's how
I
it is
am
in
not
our
just an
family
auntie.
too.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect or mouth off to your aunts and uncles in this family because you might get bent over their knee, you know.
Yeah.
All my nieces and nephews know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Aunt Sally will take so much shit, and then you disrespect me, you're going over my knee.
And then
Well, that would be a bit weird, but
I'll pounce on you like
I will smack them.
monkey chip.
I did tell my
They
nephew.
know I'm fun. They know I'm fun and I have a good sense of humor, but they know that there's a time and place for that, and then there's a time and place to be respectful and
Yeah. Mhm.
not be messing around.
Well, now this new girlfriend, she doesn't have really that close of a family, and so it's like, oh God, now I gotta reteach her now.
Trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's kind of a slut, so I'm really
Let's just
hoping.
tell her how it is.
I'm really hoping it doesn't last.
She's a slut that we pretty
She'd
much
hoe.
hope doesn't watch this show.
If she didn't know the truth, she knows now.
I told my nephew what I thought of her. He said, well, we'll see how it goes. But she's got cute kids. Oh, God, her kids are so cute. And I told him, I said, now, I want to be close to these children if they're going to be part of it. If they're going to be my nieces, I want to make, I want to be close to them. So I need to know if this is going to work out or not, or is this just fun, or are you going to dump her? I need to know if this is going to be serious, because I don't want to get close to these kids and then have them ripped away from me,
I can hear that conversation with Nikki right now. And say, hey, you gonna stick with that slut?
I'm not disrespectful to my nephew. They would never be that way to me, so I keep those things to myself. But he probably, he got kind of upset with me with his last girlfriend, because I was like, because he was thinking about marrying her, and I was like, just make sure you are sure about her, make sure you truly want it. And he was a little upset with me with that, and he was like, I don't know why you don't like her, and why you think, why you say the stuff you do. And I said, I told you the same thing I told your brothers. Just make sure that this is what you want before you get married. He said, because otherwise you are stuck, and sure enough, it didn't work out. It's like, yep. And you don't need to tell you she told you so.
Just make sure she's not dating 17 of your friends.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't trust this girl, but we'll see. And I'm usually right, so.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
So what happened with the challenge? Or is it still going?
What's tomorrow?
It's still going. It's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was funny, the other day I was at Dollar General, and they had Raid on sale, and I got it for like $1 a can, so I bought everything they had. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go up there and people are gonna think that I'm a pig because I have the ant roach spray. But it also works for spiders, so that's why I got every can, because I hate spiders, and so I got every can, so there ain't gonna be a spider in my house. No, and every spring I go and I spray Raid on all the baseboards, all the windows, all the doors, everything. Because when you live in the country in an old farmhouse, you're gonna get spiders.
It doesn't matter what I do. I could spray and there will still be spiders.
I get spiders, but not quite as many. I don't think. I never gave it a chance, but. But I don't think that stuff really goes bad, so.
No, I don't think so either.
Worse it does is piss them off.
See, we don't live in the South where we have like bugs that'll eat us.
I usually get the, what is it, the home defense. It's just a bottle of spray. I just spray it around, and that usually takes care of everything.
When I first moved in here, we had a lot of spiders. And so I did a bomb the whole house. That was funny. We had to be outside for like 8 hours, so we had a barbecue and everything, and all kinds of yard games. And we were sitting outside while our house was being bombed.
Oh, they're saying peppermint oil. Peppermint oil, spiders hate it.
I got some of that at Family Dollar yesterday because I had to go there, and I saw this thing. It's as seen on TV, and I forget what it's called. But anyways, I was reading it, and here it was peppermint because it said to keep mice away. Well, you know, with my mice problem that I had this year, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to try that and see if it works. I don't know.
Cool. Let me know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure, you probably have to use a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't have a mice problem anymore now. We got rid of them right away, but yeah. Don't leave your window open in your basement. Especially in the wintertime when they're all trying to find a place to go.
one time me and Jim bought this Pontiac Firebird up in Hurley at an auction, and it was filled with snakes.
Oh my
God!
God!
In the apartment and on the floorboard, and we're living there. I never saw anything like that in my life.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and I'm scared to death of snakes. Not that we have poisonous snakes, but I don't want to get snakes.
I would die.
Yeah. My son was like maybe 2 times. He's sitting in the driver's seat, and there's a snake down on the floorboard like this. A good sized garter snakes.
Yeah, I'm messing with the brake pedal and the gas pedal. I cut one of them with gas, and it's like split around. It was so gross. I'm like, let's get out of here. It was an '84 Firebird we bought for $100, and it ran.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't care if it was a garter snake or a poisonous snake. I'd be killing that bastard. I remember at a very young age, I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, my mom, she was out in the back. We had an enclosed porch in the backyard, and there was a snake, and I think it was just a garter snake, but it was climbing a pole, a straight up pole.
Oh my God!
Trying to get birds and eggs out of a nest.
Wow.
And oh my God, she had the hoe after that thing, and she ended up chopping its.
Yeah.
Not a stripper snake. What are you talking about?
You're the one talking about poles and snakes and hoes.
That snake climbed that pole.
That snake climbed that pole, and there wasn't nothing but hoes. And I'm like, what? I'm over here shipping. I'm getting to the end of it, and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about now?
Anyways, it just seeing, and actually it got eggs in its mouth, and my mom, she cut its head off and got the eggs out of its mouth and put it back in the nest.
Oh, wow. Now that is a good Samaritan.
She wasn't gonna let that snake win.
This whole show just got weird.
Do you remember that, Valerie?
I don't remember that. I do not remember that.
Valerie was too involved in boys and stuff at that age, I think.
I think you're right.
a friend of mine posted a video, and like a couple weeks ago, it was warm. The water was opening up, but we still had ice. And they were in a canoe on their pond, and there's a snake out on the ice, which I couldn't believe because you'd think it'd be too cold, you know.
Yeah.
Or to be doing much, but it must have been down in that pond or whatever, and it's going across the ice on the edge of the pond.
Oh my God. I mean, I know that they're here. Like, they're under rocks, pretty much, you know, around here. I mean, you can, if you have rocks that have been, you know, standstill for, you know, a couple of years or whatever, you lift them up, you're bound to see a baby snake.
Yeah.
And I just don't lift rocks. I'm not gonna do that. You can't pay me to.
I used to gallop races at this horse farm, and they had a real mouse problem. So in turn, they had a real bad snake problem. And we put them in the farm, on the aisle, and there'd be one of them. And you're like, and then all of a sudden you see them move. Oh, I hate that. And then I had those guys, like those stable helper guys. They grab those snakes and they'd be like, you know, oh, here, Tar, here's a snake. You know, I'm like, I'd be hitting them and shit. I hated that.
Silver Hair Stacker says, "Did you kick that snake in the ice hole?"
It was a funny video on Facebook. So,
oh my gosh.
Like a hairband. Ice Snake.
Ice Snake. That's a good name for a band.
Coming to the arena Sunday. Ice Snake.
You been drinking this morning?
Probably.
I think it was a couple of years ago. Me and Mike, we were going to. My mother-in-law lives in a old farmhouse, and her pantry ceiling was kind of falling down, and then kind of, you know, the walls were. It's an old house, and so we decided we were going to go ahead and fix the pantry back up so it could be functional. And so I went in there and they started taking the ceiling down, and there's two snakes wrapped around one of the 2x4s in the ceiling. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But they took him out.
Yeah.
They took him out. And I guess they let him go. Like, I don't know why I would, but
I would probably move. If I got rats or snakes in my house, I'd probably move.
yeah. I think I would.
And leave everything behind.
Light a match.
Make sure the insurance is paid up. Lay down.
Yeah, Robin. She asked if my sales have picked up since I've been a listing fiend. Yeah, I mean last week was kind of I wasn't listing a lot. 10, 12 a day. But hopefully I've got a new little plan that I'm working on. So I'm hoping that that'll help me a little bit. It's just hard, doing it on your own. You're trying to balance, the house and the dogs and the yard and everything else, and then to have to do listing too. That's my main priority, and then everything else comes second. So, but you still have all that stuff to do. I just try to make it all work.
Nikki's on her boat. She's not in her van right now.
All right.
She's on her yacht.
I'm in my house. I am
That's
not
what I meant.
homeless. I do have a house.
Now you have a ceiling.
I said yacht.
Yeah, it's your 38 foot yacht or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You need to make it longer than that. It needs to be like a 58-foot yacht.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Anissa, get on it. Maybe you'll sell another one.
Yeah.
While you're shipping those two.
Here's y'all's Tom Tom McCoo.
I
Tom Tom McCoo. There you go. Now you guys are all gonna
I
get
want to
sailors.
receive.
My van won't start today, so I had to come back in the house. It's cold out there.
Yeah.
It's really damp out and rainy and stuff, and I didn't start my van yesterday, so it kind of cold today. So
It's nice here, man. It's nice. It's cool outside. It's not cold, but it's just cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's wet and rainy outside. So
Oh, son of
Biscuit eater.
Nice shirt, Eric.
a monkey's
Yeah, this is one I just sold. It's actually 1960s.
Ooh.
Or
Woo!
it's
That's
$25.
pretty.
Would have been more if it'd been a bigger size, but
Where's it going?
this one is going to Texas.
To where?
Texas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Tell me yet, because I didn't help you pack.
Every time it seems like every time I sell a Hawaiian shirt, it goes to Hawaii.
I've only sold a couple to Hawaii, and those are usually the really serious collectors ones I get. I mean, I sold a couple shirts for over $100, so.
Oh, it's underneath there. It's in the chair.
I said if this one had been a large, like a 2XL or a 3XL, I probably would have gotten $100 out of it. It's the 1960s.
That's cool. Yeah, it's probably about mid-60s here too, or maybe 58, 60, somewhere around there. Still nice. I'm not complaining a bit.
Nope.
I don't know what it was here this weekend, but it was just nice enough to sit outside without burning up, but to wear like tank top or whatever and shorts and not be cold.
Yeah.
It was definitely a warmer Easter. I think the last couple of years it's had that little bit of like chilliness to it. People were swimming at the lake yesterday, and I asked my wife's uncle, I said, well, what's the water temperature? So believe it or not, it's about 73, I think he said, on that lake.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still a little cold for me. I'll pass.
Yeah, it's still a little bit cold here too to get in the water. Water hasn't warmed up enough yet.
The last of our ice just came off the lake.
Yeah. Ours was off. Ours was off probably a month ago, or maybe even a month and a half ago, just because we kept getting all those spurts of rain and rain snow mix and rain ice mix and the level, the heat kept rising, and then it would drop again, and so it pretty much melted all the ice off the lake pretty
10
quick.
days ours came out because about 3 weeks ago we put the aerator in at the boathouse. I think.
Yeah. But then 2-3 feet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When we were getting cold, you get like 20-degree nights, and it's enough to kind of break
Yeah.
what happens during the day, Because we've been having 50-some degree days too. I just wanted to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want to get me your numbers for the weekend, I'll add everything up, and that way we could. See what we got for tomorrow. I think we're doing pretty good.
Is that how many items we listed for the week? Is that what you're looking for now?
Yeah, like our difference. What we started with.
Put me down for negative.
For negative.
I think I listed like 10 all weekend.
Yeah, but it goes to last week Wednesday, doesn't it? How many you listed?
I think it wasn't it Tuesday?
All right. Well, I listed like 73. I know that. But do you need to know the total number, like your active, or you just want to know how many you listed?
Just
I don't think
whatever you listed.
Yeah, I listed 73.
Great job, Tara.
I did not list on Saturday or Sunday. So.
That's all right. We forgive you.
Shitty job.
Shame on you, Tara.
Yeah, I did take pictures, but I did not get around to thing.
Well, you did take time out to make her see.
Yeah, I did cook Easter dinner, so I had that to look forward to.
Bye, Tammy. Thanks for coming and watching. Hanging out. Megan, you were out milking horses. Milking the horses.
She was breeding horses. That's so pretty when they breed the manes and tails of the
Oh my
horse.
God, I thought you said breeding horses, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's so pretty when they breed. It's so pretty when they breed them.
I just love watching them breed the horses.
Sicko.
Nikki's like, I can watch that on the internet for hours and hours.
I said, Megan Carl said that she was braiding horses.
Oh, great. Okay.
So before everybody thinks I'm just a big pervert.
It's beautiful, man.
Natalie Picker says, what did she say?
Oh my God. I wrote 8-second ride.
Yeah. Braiding, when they braid the hair.
Yeah.
I'm not a sicko.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time down in Tijuana when she was younger. Is all we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, big sicko. Watch out for me.
Beth said, well, the giraffe had her baby, so you got to go watch something.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen it before. Now we got to see how it was made, right?
I got to wait 6 or 8 weeks before they figure out. Everybody gets to throw their hat in the neck for a name for the baby giraffe.
Megan says I got stopped by a cop at 1 in the morning once, and he asked where I was going. He thought I said breeding too. Wow. Yeah, I breed the horses.
They're saying that her reselling name is going to be Catherine the Great from now on.
Horses are so pretty. I just love horses, but I don't want to own them because they're too damn expensive. And if you're into that stuff, then that's fine. But like me, I'm not really into that, so it's just way too much money and too much work.
I agree, Nikki. I agree 100%.
Shut up.
But if somebody does like
This must be Terry's horses.
Yeah.
does
Well,
like
when he
shows and
married
stuff
me,
like that,
I had horses when he started dating me. And I said, we were on the boat, and I said, if you ever expect me, if we stay together, to give up my horses, I'll get rid of you first. So if you want me, you're going to have to accept the horses.
You got an out, Jim. That's all she's telling you. She, right at the front, she gave you an out.
Don't
He didn't
let
take
me
it.
in the ass.
Oh. It sucks.
What?
Sucks.
What sucks?
Saving all your shipping for Monday morning.
5. Yeah, I think the kitchen's ready.
Well, thank goodness it was a lighter weekend than you're normally used to.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Like I was saying when I first came on, had it not been for some decent sales pulling me out yesterday, it really sucked.
Megan Carl said that they're not as expensive when it comes to vet bills because small animals are more expensive, honestly. And that's true, I've had to bring my dogs to the vets way more than I had to have the vets come see my pigs or goats.
Yeah.
Like if your horse colics or something, and you want to take it out for surgery, you got a big decision because that's about $10,000,
Yeah.
If the horse ain't worth it, it's going to end up getting put to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I've got a date with a plumber.
Wow.
How'd you work out some trade deal or something?
Wow.
Does he come to check your pipes?
Wow.
Is he coming to lay some pipe? I know I would go there, didn't you?
Man.
Wish I had a date with a plumber. They really know how to lay pipe.
No. Got to plumb the crack.
All right. Well, everybody have a great day. And I just thought I'd leave you guys that little ending there. You can find out how it went tomorrow. No, I'm kidding.
See if she's all smiles tomorrow.
In the Facebook group, is that what you're trying to tell us?
Nope. Nope. So everyone have a great day and get your listing done and get your numbers together and either put them on Facebook and we'll get them all added up. So y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Appreciate it.